Hey guys, Sasuke here, and today I'm joined with Ghosty. We're going to be doing Master Yi versus Draven. I will be piloting Draven, so let's get into it. So we opened up here with double stack deck and Tide Hunter and Fighter Flight, so I just kept the full hand. It was just kind of like a really good grip. I already had a 2-drop to play, so it kind of felt like it was pretty easy to do so. And then right there, my consideration was just going for the double stack deck, but I mean, we're playing Draven, so it just kind of felt pretty significant to not play a 2-1-1. So we just drop it down, pass the turn there, and yeah. So then Ghosty actually responds really well here with the Fiora. Definitely one of the strongest turn 1 plays on the draw. For Master Yi right now. Just that ability to double her stats is so significant, and it's so difficult to get around. So for my turn 2, I was thinking about a lot here, actually. Just because this Vile Mausoleer is on the battlefield, it means that I have a lot to think about, just because these Fighter Flights are not going to be able to get value if I do move there. So that said, we just kind of play towards this Reaver's Row, set up our stack decks, end up finding a Treasure Hunter as well as a Falling Star. Which is supposed to be there to answer this Fiora. Obviously, we don't have any Fury runes to use it with this turn, so we're just going to set it up for that next turn and drop down a Noxus Hopeful when we have that capability. Ghosty has an equally strong turn 2 here. He's going to be able to play down this Pit Rookie, which puts Fiora all the way up to 4 might and puts her just out of range of that Falling Star. From 1 trigger, and makes things incredibly risky, as now he has got a plethora of answers, including cards like Not So Fast that can screw up the math, and because of that, we're going to get punished. Due to this Not So Fast, she actually gets to be all the way up to 12 might. Now, this is actually due to the Yi passive, as well as her passive, which just makes things really difficult, and obviously, we're not going to send in 2 more guys just to deal with her 1. So we get really punished here, and from this point forward, we're actually really heavily on the back foot. We do have 2 Fighter Flights in hand, which definitely makes things a lot better for us, because otherwise this Fiora would just be sitting here pretty much for the rest of the game, and we wouldn't really have a way to deal with it. That said, that is our second Falling Star of 2 in our deck, so we're being a little bit weary to want to use the second one, only to get combat tricked again. Because that would be game losing. We do also send the Noxus Hopeful into Vile Mausoleer just to get the point while we have that capability. We are keeping 2 runes available in case he decides to send the Fiora into the Reaver's Row for some further protection. He ends up not doing that, and it becomes an even bigger punish. As a side note, I actually didn't realize that Vile Mausoleer was out, so I tried to Fighter Flight, so he defies it, and then we end up having to take out or bring back the rune, so that's what that is. Given the fact that Ghosty also decides to go into Reaver's Row is very problematic for us, just because he's got 5 runes available, and he's got a plethora of combat tricks to deal with, so we're just a little bit afraid and don't want to take that fight. After Ghosty overtakes Reaver's Row, he plays very patiently here and decides to develop a Stalwart Poro to reinforce Reaver's Row, understanding that there could be a Falling Star coming out. Ends up having a Discipline to protect the Stalwart Poro just that little bit extra, and it continues to throw off our math and make things even more difficult. At this point, we're incredibly far behind. While the point totals is equal, we really have no units on board. We're kind of low on runes, and we're relatively low on resources as well. We still have a Fiora with a buff to deal with. At this point, we're panicking a little bit. We're not sure if we want to play both our 2s or this Draven. We end up going for the Draven, but the fact that both of our Falling Stars have not been successful is an absolute nightmare. Ghosty also kind of recognizes the fact that we're struggling a lot here, and continues to leave his runes open just to make things as uncomfortable as possible, and we really have a lot to think about on this next turn. Because of how well Ghosty has navigated this game, we're kind of out of turns. We could have decided to play it a little bit more patiently here, but I wanted to be able to have another turn to try and do this again if things go awry. They pretty much end up going awry here. The fact that he has an answer for the Cleave in the Defy, as well as an answer for this Spinning Axe, becomes very, very bad for us, and we end up losing the game off this play. That said, we really didn't have a choice. It was kind of, we lose if we don't do this, so we just kind of pray that we can get away with it. We do manage to get away with it, which is our saving grace. That said, he has the response in this Tasty Faithfolk. The problem with this is that he baits us to use our spinning axe and has that punch first. We kind of expected him to have it, but we just had to hope that he didn't. And unfortunately for us, he does. GG to Ghosty here in game number 1, has the punch first. I think he ended up playing a little bit better than us and ended up taking the win for it. I think we probably should have let that Fiora go for the time being and tried to find an answer a little bit later on. But with that Vilemaw's Lair, we really had to take control of that battlefield just because it's very difficult for Draven to overtake this battlefield once that Fiora is there, and just couldn't have an answer until it was too late. So congratulations to Ghosty here in game 1. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one.